Welcome to the Marriage Foundation channel. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and this is where people come when they want truthful information about marriage and all of the things marriage. That's all we do. I used to be a divorce mediator. I've seen it all. Our foundation has saved thousands of marriages, helped thousands and thousands of marriages, and we want to be of service to you. And this question that we're dealing with now, this is a comment. My husband has a porn addiction. What should I do? So I would like to start off by saying that some of you are going to disagree with where I'm coming from. You know, there's so much out there about this and that, and there's such a tendency to label things and to give things like a category. And that's what's true in this one. This is a category, a porn addiction, categorizing it as an addiction. Well, technically, an addiction is it's not just a habit. It is a physiological addiction. You need to have that physiological component for it to be truly an addiction. Otherwise, it's just a deep-seated habit. And every time we talk about something like this and I bring that up, I get some people who go, well, we know that it creates a chemical blah, blah, blah. Yes, everything does. So does a smile. It doesn't make it an addiction, because an addiction means that there's a physiological part where the craving is not just mental. It is your body. It's saying you have to have it or you're going to have withdrawals and all that kind of thing. So your husband doesn't have a porn addiction. Your husband has a deep-seated habit. Now that we've got that off the table and that cleared up, let's talk about what's really going on, shall we? Your husband is not being taken care of by you. And I'm not a traditionalist. I don't believe that a woman has an obligation to her husband to take care of his sexual needs. No. What I do believe in is the sanctity of marriage and all that is involved in that marriage. And just like if you have the need for something, your husband should be in love with you and so wanting to take care of your need. And if your husband has a sexual need, then out of love, not out of obligation, out of love, you should be so thrilled. And then because you don't have the same kind of biological drive as he does, you have to recontextualize your sex so that you get as much enjoyment from that as is humanly possible. I didn't say pleasure. You see, men are more base. They get pleasure. They get relief. But what a woman gets is very different. Women, you are more tied to your heart. So what you get is an opportunity to connect your souls. Isn't that what marriage is all about? A soul connection. You married your soulmate. So you use this sex, his desire for sex, you use that as an opportunity for you to open your heart to his heart and build that spiritual bridge between the two of you. Love. It's the context of this whole sex thing has turned into an us or them proposition, or a us and us as long as I'm in the mood proposition, because society has reduced sex to recreational. to taking care of a biological need and lost sight of its true purpose for human beings, which is to use it, of course, to create babies, but to use it to also create connection. That's what it's for. We get women who write to us from time to time and say, orgasms are nature's way of taking care of this or that, and they're so wonderful, and my husband doesn't give me that pleasure, doesn't da-da-da-da. No, it's missing the point. It's missing the point. An orgasm is not the goal of sex. And it shouldn't be your goal when you have sex with your husband. And it shouldn't be your goal to give him an orgasm when you have sex with your husband. And guess what? If you start approaching sex between the two of you, making love, and you make it about making love, then his desire for pornography will fade. Yes, it will. Thousands of people have taken our courses, mostly men, but in your case, obviously, it would be for women, because what's missing on your side that is affecting him to where he's falling back into this habit of masturbation, call it pornography, but it's really masturbation. It's a relief from the tension. But in your marriage, there shouldn't be any tension. Your marriage is supposed to be this bubble of love. I call it a sacred space of marriage. And when your husband has that, and you have that, you don't want any distractions from it. It'll pull you down. Look at it from your point of view. His masturbation habit, let's not call it a porn habit. His masturbation habit, certainly not an addiction, isn't going to go away because he has to let go of it. It'll go away because compared to making love with you, it's like no interest. And yeah, in the beginning of the transition, you want to have as much sex with your husband, as much making love as you can, so you can practice. I know it sounds like I'm trying to talk you into something, but I'm really not. Because I don't want you to finish this video and go, what a jerk, he just wants me to have more sex with my husband. No. I want you to learn how to open your heart to your husband and make love with your husband, and learn how to get the most out of your marriage and let the sexual part just manifest naturally. And yeah, you'll end up having a lot more. And I know this because we have so many people who take our courses, both men and women, who tell us about it. I don't have to speak from my own personal point of view. We have plenty of proof. So please, if you get nothing else from this video, if you think I'm just a jerk trying to talk you into having more sex, I'm not. I don't want you to do that. That's not what you should do. You should learn how to make love, and not just sexually, in every way. But I'll tell you this, sex is a good way. It's handy. It's easy. It's literally easier to make love sexually than any other way, because the body is then a vehicle that we understand more how to connect your two bodies in order to connect your hearts. It's all about love in a marriage. You shouldn't be concerned. If your husband was addicted, it would be his problem. If it's just a deep-seated habit, it's his problem. But we do the best we can to lessen the burdens of those we love. And this clearly is a burden for him. Not the habit, but the reason for the habit is that he's not really receiving the love from you. And that's the truth. I'm sorry to say that. And I know some of you will get very angry with me and leave a nasty comment. There's nothing I can do about that, can I? But if you really think about it, even if you're angry, you'll realize that there's a lot of truth to what I'm saying. So God bless you. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I hope you're a subscriber, and I hope if you were a subscriber and you unsubscribe now because you're so mad at me, that you will come back and visit later anyway when you get past the anger and you realize that we're only here to help. That's it. That's all we care about. God bless you. Take care.